Hello everyone and welcome to another video by me, Ole Södersund. It's good to see you again. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. Today I will be talking to you guys about meditation. The benefits of meditation are numerous and I can make a long video just about them. These include physiological things like increasing blood flow and slowing the heart rate, enhancing the immune system and positively affecting the brain's electrical activity. It also includes psychological things like resolving phobias and fears, improving your ability to learn and remember things, and increasing your emotional stability. There are also spiritual benefits such as self-actualization, compassion, inner wisdom, and even enlightenment. So there's no surprise that all religions, at least that I know of, practice some form of meditation, whether they call it praying or whatever. It can also be helpful to remember that meditation actually has no negative side effects at all. And if you had asked me personally, I would say the biggest thing with meditation is improving your connection to and understanding of yourself. Now, there are many kinds of meditation and they can be categorized in two categories. These are focused attention meditation and open monitoring meditation. I will, however, categorize them slightly further because these things can be done in different ways, even though they may technically be in the same category. So we will have up to 5 different kinds. So the first one, as I said, focused attention meditation. This is where you focus on, say, a candle, your breath, a body part or your body, a sound, maybe a story someone is telling you, things like that. And then, as I said, we have open monitoring meditation. This is where you focus on anything and everything, either using one sense, like hearing or smelling or whatever. And the third one is what I would call doing meditation. This is where you are walking or running or painting or dancing or whatever. You're doing something and you get into this state of meditation while doing it. Then we have feeling meditation. This is where you try to evoke a feeling and try to remember and really get into the feeling, say a feeling of anger or happiness or whatever. And then lastly, the fifth one, we have binaural beats meditation. This is where you listen to very specific sounds that come into your ears, usually slightly different in either ear. And this creates the meditation state, you could say. So, how do you do these types of meditation? Now, in most of them, you are sitting still. And it's very important that you find a comfortable position that you can stay in and stay perfectly still in for as long as the meditation is ongoing. Now, for a complete beginner, this might be just sitting comfortably in a chair, or even better, lying down on your back with a thin blanket over you. But as you progress, you can start incorporating different meditation poses such as half lotus or lotus. But these can be difficult to get into for a beginner and even more difficult, obviously, to stay in them for 15 minutes or longer. But you do get there with practice. As you're starting out, you'll probably find it difficult to stay perfectly still, with thoughts such as, I have to move my leg just a little bit, or I have to scratch my ear, things like that. But as you're starting to get the hang of this meditation thing, you will find that these thoughts are getting easier to quiet down. And it's a part of the process. It is important to not judge yourself for these thoughts, as they are very common. The key to quieting them down is actually, though, to think of another one. And that's where focusing on something else or something specific comes in. So typically you would focus on your breath. So just keep returning to it whenever your thoughts wander off, and they will. And again, without judging yourself for letting them wander. A beginner's mind will usually kind of panic and come up with all sorts of different thoughts to keep you from being present in the meditation. And it's doing so usually out of a fear of not being needed. It is so used to controlling your daily life that it will try to bully you into cooperating. And this is where the real challenge begins. This is also where you realize that you are not your mind, because it is merely a tool that you use to describe things or solve problems. Now is not the time to describe things or solve problems, however. Now is the time for presence. And to do that, you have to be out of your mind. In the beginning, I would highly recommend a form of guided meditation, mostly because then you are reminded to refocus every few seconds, meaning that your mind will, hopefully anyway, not wander off too far. For more details on this, either look up others' guided meditations or look forward to some of mine in the near future. As for the types of doing meditations, I would recommend practicing the still kinds of meditations first, so you know what you're looking for. And then it's all about finding that presence while you're doing something. Usually something creative, but it can be a lot of different things. And this is usually immensely beneficial to whatever it is you're doing. As for how often you should be doing this, for a beginner, I would recommend about 15, maybe 20 minutes every morning, preferably before breakfast if you can. And as you get better, you can of course do more or less depending on your needs and preferences. And now I will end this video with a famous Zen saying and a Dalai Lama quote. The first one is, "You should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day. Unless you're too busy, then you should sit for an hour." And the other one, "If every 8-year-old in the world is taught meditation, we will eliminate violence from the world within 1 generation." Thanks for listening, guys, and hope to see you in the next video.